Hello and welcome back to Gameplay by Ardubich. This is episode 6 of Trackday Manager by Arctic Hazard Game Studio. I've been having a blast playing this game so far, so I'd like to make the announcement that I'm officially starting a community for this game. It is going to be called Society Racing League. Those of you who know me personally know that the guilds that I've run in the past and everything, I always use the name The Society, so I'm carrying through with that tradition in this new community as well. So again, it'll be called Society Racing League. It'll feature multiple divisions, 16 competitors in each division. You'll be able to move up divisions if you finish on the top of your divisions all the way up to the championship division, or be demoted if you finish at the bottom of the table. Each division will have 16 players because a race can only have 16 players in it. And my goal is, I know there's a lot of people who play this game, but it's not organized and everyone plays it at random times. So I'm hoping to organize all the players who play this game, get them all into one community so that we can organize competitions together and make it so that more players are in races at the same time. It'll also add in the fact that there's going to be a championship series, there's standings. It's going to be a first come first serve as far as when you join compared to what division you're in. So the first 16 players that join are going to be in Division 1, which is the top division, and that's the division that competes for the league championship. And then the next 16 players who join, they're going to be put into Division 2. And so on. I'll make as many divisions and manage as many divisions as needed to accommodate all the players who play. I don't care if there's 16 people who play or if there's 160 people who play. I'll make a division and manage it for every single group of players that we have. The top 4 of each division at the end of the season will be promoted to the next division up, and likewise the bottom 4 of the division will be demoted. Each season will be 1 month long, so from the first of the month to the last day of the month. And our racing events will be every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard US time. If you go to our website, you'll be able to see some of the time conversions around the world. I put in Los Angeles, Mexico City, London, Berlin, Tokyo, Beijing, and I think there's another one I put in, just to kind of give everyone around the world a reference as to what time the racing event starts. Every Sunday we'll run 4 races, and then how you do in each race, you'll get a certain amount of points. That also is included, the information for that is included on the website. And then at the end of each event, I'll go through and I'll total how many points everyone has, and I'll keep an updated list of standings at the end of every Sunday. And then when we get to the end of the month, that'll determine who gets promoted to divisions, or who gets promoted up a division, who gets demoted a division, or if you're in the top division, Division 1, it'll determine who our league champion is. So I invite everyone who plays this game. Hopefully the word gets out. I posted on the forums for the game, and also I put it in this video. Everybody who plays this game, I invite you to come join us, make the community strong by supporting it, and we'll have a ton of fun. I'll put a link for that in the description, and if I am miraculously smart enough to figure out how to put the link in the video, I'll do that as well, so you can click an annotation. But the link for that racing league will be in the description of this video. So please join us and have fun playing and racing against other players and competing for a championship. Since I did take the time to announce the racing league that I'm putting together, and it's already up and ready for everyone to apply for membership, I'm only going to do 2 races in this video so that we can keep the video kind of short. We'll cut the third race because of the time I spent talking about the league. So In the last video, we started off about to win a race and running out of gas literally like 100 feet from the finish line. Didn't do so well the second race, but came back and dominated the third race. So let's start racing and see how we compete now that we know that we can win races. I did hear earlier that the servers went down for a while, but it looks like they're back up, so hopefully we'll be able to race. Awesome. Yep, we're connected. Servers are back up. We're going to go with hard tires. I do have a shout out to make. Michael Wilson messaged me a couple times in my last few videos. The first thing was an explanation of medals. So crowd pleaser, he said, is whoever passes the most cars in the race. So, you know, if you say you pass 18 competitors, you know, I don't know, if you start the race in 16th, you work your way up to say like, you know, 5th or something like that, pit, and then you're back down to like 12th and gain a few more positions or whatever. So whoever gains the most positions throughout the race gets the crowd pleaser medal. The Go Green medal goes to whoever uses the least amount of fuel in the entire race. Those were the medals that he explained. He also mentioned that hard tires wear out slower than the soft tires, which I kind of already knew because the soft tires, there was more surface area of the tire on the track, which means more friction. The tires are going to wear out quicker. Hard tires, it might only be just a little bit, but there's less surface area on the track and less friction. Alright, so starting the race off here. Another thing that Michael Wilson did point out is if we click on the person here, we can see their information, which, oh, I got not overheat. Ah, damn it, I did overheat. Alright, go already. So, if we click on another player here, another racer, it'll show how much fuel they have, the temperature they're running, the temperature of the tires, condition of their tires, and what kind of skill they're using here. So thank you, Michael Wilson, for pointing all that out. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention and overheated the car talking about it, but that's fine. We'll work our way back up. Alright, so it looks like this is a night race. Temperatures are kind of high to start the race off, which means track conditions will be a little warmer, but anything like 21 to 22 degrees Celsius, the track condition is going to be fine, so that you're taking the average amount of tire wear. If it drops below, say 20, and maybe it is morning because it's starting to get warmer, but if the temperature drops below 20, then it's great track conditions for your tires. Oh crap, man, I'm making a bunch of mistakes. I can't do two things at once. Talking and thinking are way out of my league to do together, but at least that didn't mess us up too bad. If you get above 22 degrees, you're going to start, or actually it looks like at 22 degrees, track conditions are going to start getting a little hot, so you're going to take a little extra tire wear. But again, thank you, Michael Wilson, for pointing that information out. Also, I did a little more reading. There is a help menu, and I'll show that here after this race. It's not a very good help menu as it doesn't explain everything, but the one thing it did explain are these skills you have here. So I'll show you just so we have a solid confirmation of what everything does. I mean, I've kind of already explained it, where, you know, this is overtake left, this is overtake right. It'll make your guy race a little more competitive and try to get around them. Also, sometimes you have to use those because the computer or your driver is just not smart enough to go around cars. The overdrive makes your guy a little more aggressive, whether it's hitting the throttle harder out of a turn or trying to get just a little bit more out of your car on the straightaways, maybe even going into a turn a little more aggressive. These three increase your heat. This is the block. It does not increase your heat, and obviously the focus of that is to try to keep competitors from getting around you. I've used it a couple times and it hasn't really worked out too well for me. This here is the draft option, or they call it tail. It will not increase heat, but what it does is it makes you draft off the person in front of you, and then you can go gain a little extra speed and overtake. I think it also might help conserve a little fuel. Don't quote me on that though. We'll check it. We'll check that after this race. This is your KERS here, which increases your. It gives you like a speed boost. We already kind of knew that. It does not increase your temperature. Your ECU is a boost to your car's performance, and as we've seen from the upgrades, it can either increase your acceleration, horsepower, top speed, and all that stuff, or it can do what I'm going to set it up to do and conserve fuel. It will also add a little extra heat to your engine and slow down the cooling as well. So those are the things that I've kind of learned over the past day or so. And again, I'll show you the help menu afterwards. It's not that good. Most of the stuff we already know just from experience in the game. So we are halfway through the race. We're in second place, even after all the mistakes that I've made. We're going to go in for a pit here because we need fuel. We don't need to change our tire, tire type. We can stick with the hard. And hopefully this pit here will be enough for the rest of the race. Alright, so we are out of the race, or out of the pits here with a 15-second pit time, which will kill us a little bit. These 3 seconds are huge. Alright, so as long as it doesn't rain, then I think we'll be perfectly fine. We won't have to pit again. So now it's all about just working our way up through the positions here. It's not letting me choose tail for an option on this guy. Alright, so this seems like it's a track that's in a much warmer climate. As you can see, there's a little bit of desert out there, and also it's definitely morning because the temperature's rising. So, oh nice, he overheat, and then we got past right after we passed him. Also, these 5 skills here are on 1 through 5 for hotkeys, but I was not able to find anything for these because 6 does not operate the KERS. I'm hitting 6 right now, nothing. See 7, 8, 9, 0. Yeah, there's no hotkeys for anything over here. You know what? of seemed like our heat was going up from the tail, but the help menu said that the tail does not increase heat. Wow. Just freaking rolled. Who was that? Team Gateville? Clean racing there, buddy. Spun it, made it your purpose to spin us out, and then make sure that we roll. Awesome. So that would have put us in 4th place if he didn't do that. We're getting towards the end of the race here, and most likely won't be finishing in the top 3 unless these guys pit or make mistakes. Might have had a chance if we didn't roll. 2 things that I would like to see added that are not in the game right now is damage. Not necessarily damage to the fact where, you know, just bumping into another car will end your race. Obviously, if you roll like we did, and also we're in the top 3 now because they all pit. But if you roll your car like we did, you know, then sure, I can see maybe that ending our race. But you know, maybe the car goes slower because you rear-ended someone, or you know, you overheated your engine too many times, so now you lost horsepower or something. I think that would be a nice addition, even though it makes the game harder, which some people won't like, but I think it'd make the game a lot better. The other thing would be penalties. So like how that guy there, his aggressive racing for like 4 corners, he was in our tail, would not let up, and then finally he got in the tail so much and didn't let up, we ended up spinning out, and then he rolled us. So something like that, he should have to do like a stop and go pit where you come in, you stop for 10 seconds, and you go. So we're going to get 3rd place. Luckily, some of the people in front of us pit. With all of the mistakes that we made in this race, 3rd place is a great finish. So we got best zone for zone 3. Let's see if we got any other medals. Okay, so most of the medals are self-explanatory. Like best crew goes to the best pit time. Speed is obviously whoever had the highest top speed. Zone goes to the winners of the zone times. Best lap goes to the overall best lap. Forget what this one is. Go green goes to the the crowd clear, so that's the most positions passed, and then the go green is to the least amount of fuel used. Still do not know what the gentleman skill is. So if anyone else, or the gentleman award. So if anybody else out there knows what the gentleman award does, I'd greatly appreciate that information, and I'll give you a shout out like I did with Michael Wilson there. So that's the end of that race here. We'll get one more race in on this video. I did want to show you the help menu. Awesome, we completed a contract. Before I forget, let's go ahead and okay, so we're actually getting to the point now where we only have one extra spot. So yeah, this guy wants 2 spots presented with their logo, but we only have 1 spot, so we can't take that contract offer. And looking at our current ones here, looks like everyone is represented, and that extra spot is going to the Viz Racing one. It's the spot right here. You know, if we had that slot and then maybe another one, I'd go ahead and accept that contract offer or the sponsorship offer, but we'd end up failing the contract and have to pay a 50% fine of $2,900. So I'm not looking to lose money just because we don't have enough spots. I did want the ECU that saves fuel. We're going to lose a little bit, but that's fine with me. Saving the fuel is going to help us a lot, I think. And then the help menu. You have to hit escape and then click help, and it's only 7 pages and it's very basic explanations of stuff. In fact, all this pops up actually when you first start the game, so most of this we already know. How to paint your car, placing logos. This is telling you about the skill points, but it doesn't explain what any of the skills actually do. And then this is the upgrades. And this explains the HUD. And I guess if I would have read this, clicking a player's name will open a pop-up about them. There's nothing else that you can click on, it looks like. And then this here explains all the skills. In this here, like I said, tail does not cause heat, but for some reason that one we did gain a little extra heat. The only 2 that cause heat are the overtakes and the overload. And then the pit toggle cannot be used when you're close to the pit. So, the first race of the last video, when I was like, oh, maybe I'll go into the pits, and then when I clicked the pit, it actually grayed it out, so I couldn't click it, and I was like, oh, it's too late. So, and then the KERS, this is, like I said, the speed boost. The ECU is just like your computer setting for a car, where you can increase either efficiency or power. So, all right, let's get back to it here. We did upgrade, well, we changed the configuration of our KERS so that we're not KERS, ECU, so that we preserve more fuel. We have a little bit of money. I still want to save it for upgrading the car, but we can maybe look at repainting it here. We're gonna go with a bright lime green. Looks like the respray is free. You can either do matte or glossy. But if you want a different design, that you have to pay for. I really like that one. This one would be kind of nice too. Alright, let's get that next race in. So we got some overcast weather. It might rain this track, but we'll go ahead and start off with the hard tires. One thing that we are trying to talk about on the forums is convincing them to do a qualifying lap. Right now it takes, I think, your best lap for the track or the best lap from the last race on this track, and uses that as your qualifying time for this race. We're trying to talk to them about maybe when you load into the track, you do a quick qualifying lap with no collision, or certain specific settings, so that everyone has like equal things. I don't think everyone should have to be subject to the same settings. I think you should be able to configure your car however you want. But we are trying to talk them into putting in like a one-lap qualifying lap, so that you can get a more accurate time. Alright, so as you can see in the background, once the sign's out of the way, it is overcast skies. So we'll have to watch out for rain, I think. That dude just pushes. What is it with this dude trying to wreck us? Okay, so the tail was having a weird effect. Our heat was both going up and down, so I don't know if it was increasing the heat or what. Maybe it doesn't use heat to use this skill, but when you draft in real life, you get up behind someone, you're cutting off the reason that the drafting works is you create almost like a pocket of air, or a pocket where the wind doesn't hit your car and you don't have the wind resistance, so you're able to pick up more speed. But the downside of that is having your car up on the person's rear end there, and then having the air go over your car, you're cutting off the airflow to your engine, so you're going to be gaining more heat. And I think maybe that might actually be what's causing us to gain the heat when we're up close behind the person. I let up the speed way earlier on that one. I don't know why he didn't brake for that. So the guy blocks me and lets two cars pass. past this guy on the straightaway there. We're going to go another lap. The fuel efficiency that we bought with the new ECU gets us an extra lap here on fuel, so we'll go around, get another lap in, try to get a little bit of a lead on everyone, considering, oh nice, look at that. If we would have pit, I would have put new hard tires on, so now we can put rain tires on and be ready for the rain. So that's something that a lot of people haven't done because they didn't know it was going to rain. So having the extra fuel efficiency actually benefited us in not only giving us clear open track space here, but also preventing us from putting the wrong tires on. See if anyone else put wet. A few people put wet on. Come on guys, get us out there. I think these guys are going to be coming in anyway to get wet tires on since they have hard tires. So I think we'll be golden. Oh, he's staying out there. I think that's going to hurt him though. He's not going to be able to go as fast in the turns. He still came out in first place anyway. Yeah, see, slid right off the track. We'll be able to finish the race with wet tires because it's only going to be like a lap or so. It'll still rain probably halfway through the 7th lap, and then the track will be dried up for the 8th lap. We'll still have plenty of tire left, so we don't have to worry about the weather at all, whereas other people, they got hit hard by not having the proper tires on because they pit too early. So the strategy I used for building my car and going with the extra fuel efficiency worked out because we were at a pit later, so awesome. I like it. Yeah, see, like I said, about halfway through the 7th lap, it quit raining, and then by the time we start the 8th lap or so, the track will be dried up. We won't have wet conditions anymore. Also, I have turned down the recording level on my microphone. I know the first couple of videos of this series, it was way too quiet. And then I turned it up and it was fine for a while, but the last video it seemed like it was just like rage voice 24/7 and it just came out bad, so I apologize for that. I did lower it. Hopefully it sounds better for this video. If not, then I'll go through and lower it a little more. So Alright, final lap, and we have a massive lead. As you can see, using wet tires and having some temperature on the track, it's burning our tires a lot. But like I said, only having to worry about one lap, it really is no big deal. We'll be golden on tires. Hey, we won. So, as this race ends here, I do want to say once again, Society Racing League, the link will be underneath the video. Please, if you play this game, join the league so that we all have a place to meet, compete, fight for championships. It'll also, with the small player base that this game has, it'll centralize all the players and give us at least once a week that we can have full races of people. So that's up and ready to go. All we need is for people to sign up and be ready to compete. So join, please. As far as this video goes, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching it, like, comment, subscribe. If there's anything you want to see in this video, or if it's another one, leave that in the comments, and I'll get to it if I can. If it's a game that I have, or if it's a game that I can go out and get. Yes, I can't think of anything else right now. So again, this was episode 6 of Trackday Manager by Arctic Hazard Game Studios. Thank you for watching.